Circle, circle, dot, dot. We all need a cootie shot. It's the last talk show on Earth, starring John Ordover.
Yes, if you want to, yeah, very good, very good. There's nothing I like more than spontaneous applause, but when I can't get it, I'll settle for this. So, yeah, we're still here outside in the rain because we are dedicated to whatever the hell this is. Welcome to the last talk show on Earth. I'm your host, John Ordover. We have a number of interesting guests for you today. Just want to start out by saying I know how rough it is out there and how many things have changed. Like, my friend Sheila told me she got an email from her gynecologist. Yeah, it said they were closing the office, but they'd be practicing telemedicine via FaceTime. And she said that was not an image I had had in my head even once before then. So I started off looking up how to do your own pap smear at home. But then I thought, hey, if I'm spreading my legs on camera, I'm getting paid, not the other way around. Okay. You see, you don't get gunning engines on the other shows, do you? Anyway. Oh, this is good. Our first guest is Darian, the story lady, because we could all use some nice, relaxing story time to help us get through these horrible, horrible days. So, Darian, the story lady, everybody!
Hello, it's so good to see you. You look beautiful today.
Thank you. You look lovely yourself.
Thank you.
So what story do you have for us today?
I think I will start with the story of the 3 bears. We all love that story, right?
Right.
It's a great story. So, once upon a time, set the scene. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. And they lived in...
Stuyvesant Town?
Yes, thank you. They had a nice little brownstone in Stuyvesant, because they were brown bears.
I didn't think brown bears could afford to live in Stuyvesant anymore. I thought it was all white bears now.
The gentrification, it happens. But these nice brown bears lived in their nice brownstone. They had a nice little place. And one day, they left their nice little brownstone to go to the bar. There was a bar down the block. It had great...
The bars are all closed now. Are you sure they were going to a bar?
They thought they were going to the bar,
okay.
But it was closed.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So they had to keep on looking for somewhere to get a good drink. Now, while they were out, there was a homewrecker, blonde. Of course, they're always blonde. We'll call her Goldilocks.
So, as a homewrecker, you mean she was sleeping with Papa Bear?
Well, yes. They worked in the same office. Things happened. It was a late night. They hadn't discussed it since, but she decided, nothing to do, social distancing, come over to his place. And there's nobody there. So this woman, she decides
to make soup.
Yes.
For the whole family.
Yes, because she's not a bad person. She's not a terrible person.
She's just a homewrecker.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So, she tries to go into their home to make them soup, But the door's locked because they're not home. She knocks on the door, nobody's there. She buzzes, nobody's there. How's she gonna get in? How's she gonna get in? She's gotta go through the window. So she tries the window.
How many stories up is this window? Because, did she have to go up the fire escape?
Well, she tried the first floor window, but it didn't work. So yeah, she had to go around and find the fire escape and climb up the fire escape. And the weather was about like this, so the bars were slippery. It was very precarious.
I noticed this story keeps coming around to bars, but moving on.
Well, I mean, they're all closed. What are we gonna do? So she makes it up the fire escape, and she's able to climb in their third-story window. They're at the top of this brownstone. She gets in and looks for the kitchen, finds the kitchen. It's a nice little kitchen, and looks for their soups. See if they have any canned soups, because we've all stocked up. It's the apocalypse, right?
Yes.
They have gotten a nice little...
Just so you know, I've been hired by Campbell's Soup to do their Campbell's Soup, It's Best for the Apocalypse ads.
Oh, we love Campbell's Soup. It is absolutely best for the apocalypse. So she goes in, she opens their cabinet. There's a whole array of Campbell's soups. They've got the chicken noodle. They've got the cream of mushroom. They've got the split pea. So she decides the best possible soup would be all of them. So she gets all the cans, lays them out on the counter, and starts to open the cans so she can put them in a big soup pot all together on the stove. So she dumps all the soup into the soup pot with a little bit of cooking sherry, just for flavor. And she's waiting for the soup to warm up.
But she gets tired and goes and lies down in the father's bed.
You know exactly where this is going.
Yes.
She goes upstairs. She's a little weary from climbing that fire escape. So she goes to the bedroom.
Takes off her clothes.
Of course, like you do. And lies down in the bed and falls asleep. So she's there in the bed, taking a nap while the soup's boiling over on the stove.
And just then the bears all come back.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They found one Chinese restaurant open down the whole 10-block radius. They found it. They got their takeout because nobody's serving in-house. They brought it home to have a nice dinner. So they get home, they open the door, they smell this burning soup. What's going on? They said. What's happening in our kitchen? Where's the soup? So they go in and they see this huge pot boiling over with all the soup you could imagine. The chicken noodle, the cream of mushroom, the split pea, all from Campbell's. So it was a delicious mess.
And if it was boiling over, I bet it was all too hot.
Yes, it was. Every bit of it was too hot. There was only one can that she had missed. It was in the back of the cabinet, and it was cold. So they couldn't eat the hot soup. They couldn't eat the cold soup. So Baby Bear, he's a smart kid. Baby Bear has the idea. He gets a bowl, and he gets some of the hot soup, puts the cold soup in the hot soup. They balance out, and then it's just right.
And then Mama Bear walks into the bedroom.
She's tired. She wants to go have a lie down. And here's somebody sleeping in her bed.
And she says, "Honey, you were right. She's really hot."
And that's how...
polyamory was discovered.
Exactly. Healthy polyamory. They all three of them sat down and talked to Baby Bear, told him what was up. Everybody was happy. They all had soup and Chinese food. The end.
And they all lived happily ever after. Thank you,
Happily ever
Darian, the
after.
story lady.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Thank you.
You know, I sure as hope I don't get the virus from doing this, because that would be like the worst epitaph ever. But anyway, our next guest is known around town as the Misfit. But something seems up. She's been sort of wandering around the neighborhood, not quite certain where to go. So we invited her onto our show. Maybe we can find out what's going on and maybe help her get back to where she's supposed to be. Everybody, the Misfit! Could you come a little...
Hell no!
Oh.
But I'll scream at your mic, since, it's the end of the world.
So, our producers found you just wandering around. Do you remember why you had come to this neighborhood?
I was looking for breakfast.
And you were trying to find a place that was open, or... it just occurred to me that even the dumpsters are empty this time of year. I mean, with what's going on, rather. So you're looking for breakfast?
Looking for breakfast.
And do you know where you came from?
Yes.
Would you tell us where you came from?
A box.
So you're living in a box?
Mime box.
It's your box. Okay.
Mime box.
Oh, you mimed a box and got stuck in it.
No, it's mime box. I'm not stuck. I stay there.
Okay, so the housing is so hard to maintain with no income that you just mimed yourself a box and you live in the box?
Well, definitely live in the box. Certainly forced to stay in somebody else's box. Now can't afford to pay for that box. So mime box is on hold right now.
You're between boxes.
A couple boxes.
Okay, so you can't be the only one in the city who's in that kind of situation. It must be pretty rough.
Yeah.
And we're obviously, we'll do our best to try and make it better for you, but what would be the most important thing you would need to get through this crisis?
Couple things.
Yes.
I would need interpersonal communication and a community that supports the emotional side of me. And
marrying rich?
only if he can mime a box.
Well, thank you. This, I think, you see before you a perfect example of what the current conditions in the city are driving people to. Looking for rich men who can mime boxes. So you can find her. What's your website?
Oh, Instagram.
Instagram.
At the Misfit Mime.
At the Misfit Mime. .com or just at the Misfit Mime?
No, just go to Instagram and add it. The
Okay.
Misfit Mime.
Do I look like I'm young enough to use Instagram?
Okay, well...
Say yes.
Mm,
Well, if you want to reach a very, very honest misfit, it's Instagram at misfitmime.com.
.com.
And if you're .com.
That's the mime part of the website.
Okay, sorry. Instagram at misfitmime, especially if you're a very rich guy currently living in a mimed box. Get in touch with her. She does all kinds of things for money. That sounded horrible. But like with every other entertainer out here, she's having a very rough time. So hire her.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Venmo. You should Venmo that too.
Venmo that. And now, now sit.
Ooh. I still gotta...
Sit, and until after I say the magic words, We'll be right back after this commercial message. Hey, and we're back. My next guest is Fox Danger, who is a well-known tarot reader, among many other things around New York City. And she has, at my request, read the tarot for President Trump, and she's here to tell us all about it. Fox Danger! Yay!
Hello, friends. Hello.
Okay, sure. I'll slide a little bit this way.
Thank you. That's so
and
kind
give you the
of
table.
That's so kind. That's so kind. So yeah, I did the reading for Trump, and it's not good for him.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. I was reading the cards, and I was slowly like, ew, and then I was like, oh, good, he's getting his. So I brought my deck along that I did the reading for him with, and I got a bunch of drink tickets from the last gig I worked.
Nice.
So
Just out of curiosity, when can you cash them in?
the next time the place is open, which will be question mark.
Okay.
So
if you could you're going to lay out the cards, hold up the cards to the
Yeah.
camera, then lay them down,
okay.
and explain what each of the card means.
Absolutely. So I'll lay them all out, and then because each one
Okay.
is connected to the other.
Okay. This is going to be one of those rare times when I let the person who actually knows what they're doing take charge.
I wouldn't go that far. But,
Okay.
So for the
That's not what they say at the locker rooms. Go on.
The first card we pulled was the Three of Cups, which it's a card all about like your community, your best buds, like stick close to them and like really hone your friendships or alliances. But so like he's got to round up all of his crew and just be like, all right, this is the story we're sticking to. However, and I was like, oh no. But then we have the Three of Swords, which is like one or multiple people in that circle of close-knit people that know what the fuck's going on, but decide to lie about it. They're going to betray him and be like, this has gone too far.
Can you ask them to hurry it up?
I mean,
can they betray him now?
the time is coming. This is all like, this is like a 6-month reading. So like within the next 6 months. So like, yeah, it's not soon, but like it's coming. His come up and someone's finally going to be like, this has gone too far. Guys, he's full of shit. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, we know. But thank you for finally acknowledging it. And then the final card that sums up all this reading, which brought such joy to my heart, is the Tower, which like in most readings, you don't want that coming up because that means like your house is falling, your life is crumbling. And because of that betrayal, he's going to be acknowledged as the fraud that everyone knows he's going to be. Woo! And yeah, like the Tower is like, it's not a good card to get. And then, that was the basic reading, but I decided just for funsies to pull a few clarification cards just to be like, cards, are you sure that this is going to be bad for him? And then the next two cards, the next card is the Devil, which means like pulling away from vices that don't serve you anymore. But like, we know he's too dumb to do that. So, and then finally,
maybe that card, just because I don't know anything about it doesn't mean I don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe that card means that the people who support him will pull away from the vice of supporting him. Maybe.
That's a good interpretation. And then the second clarification card is the Death card, which like, everyone's like, oh, he's going to die, which like, maybe.
Well, we're all going to die eventually.
We're all born to die, my friend. But the Death card is change is coming.
I don't know. My shrink said to me, John, you're not going to live forever. And I said, that's the hypothesis.
Yeah.
Let's see how it turns out.
Right? You don't know that technology.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. What are you, a fortune teller? But the death card is all about change, and change is happening whether he likes it or not. So buckle up, buckaroo. It's not going to be a fun ride for you. It's going to be a fun ride for the rest of us, though.
So you can assure people who will be a little nervous that the
Yes.
death. Tell us more about the death card, because under the current circumstances, people might be a little freaked out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The death card does not mean actual death. So do not worry about that. It just means that an inevitable change is coming, because death is inevitable for all of us for now. And it just means that, like, change is happening whether you're ready for it or not. And, you know.
We're ready for it. We're ready for it.
We are ready for that change.
Everyone together.
Whether
we're ready for it.
We're ready for it. But the change is coming for Trump, whether he likes it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like,
we're ready for that.
We're
ready
so
for that.
thirsty for that. So thirsty. So thirsty. But yeah, that was the reading I did for him. So, like, Trump, you can go fuck off forever.
Yes, it's always nice to have an unbiased tarot reading.
I mean, I try to stay neutral, but, like, you know, sometimes you're like, ooh, that's nice.
I touched my face. I'm gonna die.
Just sanitize. Just sanitize.
I was gonna. No, I'm just gonna. There, it's all done. In any case, so where can people reach you?
They can reach me on Instagram at Foxdanger Tarot, or they can go to foxdanger.com if you want to book a online reading. I do online readings through FaceTime and Skype. Yeah, that's me. Foxdanger Tarot and foxdanger.com.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll be right back after this message.
Bye. Yay.
Well, it's been a hell of a show. We had Goldilocks, the soup-making home wrecker, brought to us by Darian the Storyteller. We had the Misfit Mime, who we're hoping is more than a little out of her box by now. And then we had Donald Trump's tarot read, and it couldn't have turned out better for us. So thank you all very much for listening. I'm going to go in where it's warm now, and we'll see you next episode. Somebody forgot his bike.